Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss on the topic Human Health and Disease Part 4, and this video is presented to you by www.examiner.com. The topics we are going to discuss in this video is common diseases in human by protozoan and helminths. So in protozoan we are going to discuss about amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery, which is a very common disease and very widespread disease in India, because in India there is very poor sanitary condition and clean drinking water is not supplied to max of the population, due to which this disease is very common in India, and the causative agent of this disease is Entamoeba histolica, which is a protozoan parasite and which infect the large intestine and the lower part of the small intestine of human, and it can infect both human and some animals also. So now we will discuss about the symptoms. Symptom includes constipation, pain in abdominal area, cramps, and stool with excess of mucus and blood clot. So the reason behind this is ant-amoeba secrete a proteolytic proteolytic enzyme, which is cytolysin. Cytolysin. So this cytolysin erode the mucous membrane of the intestine, due to which bleeding occur and ulcer is formed. So due to that bleeding ulcer, patient passes out blood and mucus with the stool. So these are the symptoms. Okay, now mode of transmission. So what are the mode of transmission? So because in India, if we take an example, many people do open defecation, due to which if there is this protozoan in the feces of that person, that would be easily transferred from one place to another place through water or through flies or through air, because uh, due to feces, these protozoans were mixed in soil and remain in soil, and from soil they transfer to the food or through the water to the healthy person. So drinking water and food which is contaminated with fecal matter is the main source of this infection. So as you can see in this diagram, stool of a patient or an infected person was released into the environment, and due to which the cyst of this Entamoeba histolica is released in the environment, and that is ingested by the healthy person through food or water, and the cyst will develop into a protozoan parasite and infect the large intestine or the lower part of the small intestine of that healthy person, and that person will become infected. Okay, so now what are the treatment? Medications are there to kill the parasite inside the body, and because there is a condition of dysentery, which is excess removal of water in the form of stool. So drinking of plenty of water or plenty of fluid is necessary in this condition to prevent dehydration. Other control measures are cleanliness and washing hand with soap and water before handling any food item, before intake of any food item, washing of vegetable and fruit before taking it, protection of food and drinking drinks from flies, okay, disposal of human feces in proper sewage system, and cooking of food which can destroy the cyst of this protozoan very easily. So these are the control measure. Okay, now we will discuss about helminths, and in helminths we will discuss about Ascariasis. Ascariasis is very common disease, and it is caused by small intestine roundworms. So these are worms which cause disease, and the name of this Ascaris is Ascaris lumbricoid. So this is a species of roundworm. So this parasite live inside the intestine freely without any attachment to any organ, and this parasite share the food of host, as the food was digested by human, and it is taken up by this worm through its mouth. So this is a kind of holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, now we will discuss about the symptoms. Symptoms are internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, blockage of intestinal passage, and weakness. So weakness is due to because the food is shared by parasite. Okay, so now we will discuss about how this worms are transferred from a infected person to a healthy person. So these worms are transferred in the form of egg. So if the egg is present in the food or in the soil, okay, so these eggs are easily transferred to a healthy person. Okay, so in our India, as we know, there is a large number of population doing open defecation. So if a person is infected with this worm, so due to open defecation, feces is released into the environment, into the soil, and through the soil, with the help of water or air, these eggs were easily transferred from that infected area to the food item that must be eaten by any other healthy person. So, a man can get infected by intaking of food and water which is carrying the eggs of this Ascaris, and a child can get infected by directly ingesting the soil inside the mouth. So, through the mouth, these eggs were transferred into the intestine of a man, and inside the intestine, after few hours, these eggs were hatched inside the host intestine, and a tiny worms were released inside the host intestine, which get mature after 2 to 2.5 months. After 2 to 2.5 months, these small worms get mature, and when they get mature, they become male and female, as you can see in this diagram. So this is female and this is male. Females are usually larger, or we can say taller than male, because female has to carry eggs. So after they get mature, copulation take place between the male and female, after which the eggs were again released inside the intestine of a person, of a patient, or we can say infected person, and these eggs are released into the environment through the feces of that person, and uh, these eggs remain in a dormant condition for several years inside the soil until they were taken up by any other healthy person. And inside the healthy person, again, if it is taken up by a healthy person through soil or through food or through water, then again the cycle is repeated. So this is the whole process of how this Ascariasis spread from an infected person to a healthy person. So the control measure is disposal of human feces by underground sewage system, and washing vegetable and fruit before consuming it, and parents should ensure that children should not have the habit of taking soil inside the mouth. So these are some of the control measure. Okay, now we will discuss about filariasis. So filariasis is also called elephantiasis. So why it is called elephantiasis, this I will discuss later. So filariasis is also called lymphatic filariasis because the worm. So this is a disease which is also caused by a worm, and this is parasitic disease, and the worm named Wuchereria bancrofti. So this Wuchereria bancrofti is a parasite which enter into the lymphatic vessel or a lymphatic gland of a healthy person. So that's why this disease is also called lymphatic filariasis. So now, how these worms were transferred from one person to another person. So the mode of transmission is by a female mosquito named Culex fatigans. So this is the name of a mosquito which transfer the worm from an infected person to a healthy person. So the symptoms are, uh, in chronic cases, worms block the lymphatic vessels and this cause swelling of the affected part, which may be arms, foot, leg, or scrotum. So what happened in this whole process? See, when the worms were transferred inside the lymphatic vessel of a healthy person, inside the healthy person, they get mature and they develop into male and female. So this is female and this one is male. They develop into male and female. And after the copulation take place between the male and female worm, the small worms were directly released inside the lymphatic vessel. So in this case, eggs were not released inside the body. The directly worms were released inside the lymphatic vessel because this worm is viviparous, directly give birth to worm. Okay, so these worms from the lymphatic vessel migrate to the superficial blood vessels of skin. So superficial blood vessels are those blood vessels which are just beneath the skin. So when these small worms were enter into the blood vessel at night time, these were sucked by the mosquito, female mosquito Culex fatigans, and was taken up by the mosquito. And inside the mosquito, within 10 days, these were developed into infected larvae. So, as you can see in this diagram, these are the larvae within mosquito which get mature, and after their maturation they travel from the digestive system to the salivary gland of the larva or sorry of the mosquito, and from the salivary gland these were transferred to the healthy person once the mosquito bite to a healthy person. So inside the healthy person, again the whole process is repeated. These larvae get mature inside the lymphatic vessel of that healthy person, and after copulation again the worms were released inside the lymphatic vessel, which is again taken up by the mosquito, and hence the cycle is repeated. So as we have discussed in this symptom, that in chronic cases there is swelling in the affected part. So in any any part like arm, foot, leg, or scrotum, if the that part is affected by this worm, so that part get blocked and due to which swelling occur. So as you can see in this diagram, this leg of a person, or we can say foot of a person, is looking like foot of an elephant. So due to this kind of appearance, this disease is named as Elephantiasis. Okay, so now we will discuss about the prevention. So what is the prevention? Prevention is eradication of mosquito and the breeding places of the mosquito. So this is about filariasis. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe Exam Hai on YouTube, like our videos, and please do comment.